Hello, I'm back again to tell you a little bit more about the Declaration of Independence. So I'm going to read the second part of the section of the Declaration of Independence that I've been reading. And remember that the Declaration of Independence was a document that the colonists wrote to tell the king that they were not happy with the government. And this section outlines exactly what they were unhappy with and tells the king what he was not doing right as far as the colonists were concerned. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them that shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate the governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. Now I'm going to read that section again because it's a very difficult section to read. It has a lot of words that we're really not familiar with. So I'm going to read the section again and then we'll talk about these three elements, these three phrases from it. Again, the section. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed dictates that governments long established should not be changed for light or transient causes. Now, what does all this mean? Some of the main ideas are right here. So the Declaration of Independence was a declaration that the colonists made to the king, to say to the king, your government isn't working for us. You're not trying to do anything that will help us. So that's where they address his problems with his government in this first statement. Governments deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. So the colonists say to the king, hey king, you're the one who's telling us what to do. You're the one who's making rules that we need to follow. But your rules, your good powers, your good rules, your just or good powers need to come from the consent of the government. The consent, our agreement, need to come from our agreement, need to come from the people that you're ruling. You need to make decisions based on what's good for the people you're ruling, not what's good for yourself. So that's what this first statement is saying. That king, governments are supposed to be ruling based on the people that they're governing. And dude, you're not doing that, man. What's up? So then the colonists go on to say, so because you're not making decisions that are good for us, that are good for the people that you're ruling, that are based on what the people that you're ruling want, it's our right to get rid of your government. And not only are we going to get rid of your government, abolish it, not only are we going to abolish it, we're going to institute a new government. We're going to make our new government. We're going to make our own government. We're going to create a new government. We're going to institute a new government. So your government isn't based on what our needs are anymore, king. So now it's our right, as the people that you're ruling in a bad way, to get rid of you, to get rid of your government. And we're going to create our own new government. And our new government is going to be a representative government. And then the last one is, we also know as colonists that governments that are long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. So your government isn't doing what we want. Your government isn't making decisions based on what's best for the people that you're ruling, king. So we're going to get rid of your government. We're going to establish our own government. We're going to establish our own freedom. And on top of that, we know that this was a long and hard process. Governments can't be changed just because we don't like the way your hair is, or we don't like the colors that you wear, or we don't like the color of your tapestries in your kingdom, in your castle. Governments have to be changed for good reasons. And this is a good reason. You are an unlawful ruler for us. You are not making decisions like what we need or that are what is best for us. So we're going to get rid of your government. We're going to establish our own government that's going to be a representative government, not a monarchy. And we know that changing governments and getting rid of old governments that have been there for a long time, it's a hard decision. And it should be a decision based on important issues like you're being a ruler that's unjust to us, the people that you're supposed to rule over, in a good way. Thank you.